How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the FuriBee Q6 Wi-Fi 4K Ultra HD Action Sports Camera with the 16 megapixel photos, 4K videos, and capable of handling up to 64 gigabyte micro SD card, 170 degrees field of view, and of course Wi-Fi and H.264 format, and water resistant up to 30 meters. So let's open up the box and see what we got. Okay, so here is the layout of the contents of the box. Yes, they give you a lot of stuff. They give you a couple of straps, couple of Velcro straps, a bicycle mount, I don't know, some kind of helmet mount, some other mount where you can clip it on, the charging receptacle there, and this is another housing so you can put it on a tripod, and the instruction manual, and they give you another back housing for the waterproof casing, and a couple more, all kinds of little attachment devices, also a lanyard, a couple of tie downs, and Velcro straps, and a cleaning cloth there. And of course the camera itself comes in this waterproof housing, and you open it up just like so, and it is in there, and it is just like a GoPro size, and the dimensions are exactly the same as a GoPro. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what this little camera can do. All right, let's check out the camera here. The lens right in the front, of course. There's the mode and the power switch. There's some kind of a LED light, and I believe that's like an infrared light there. Let's look at the top. There's a LED indicator light and the OK button. Now on the side, there's a couple of toggling switches for going up and down, and also speaker grill holes there. And in the back, the 2-inch LCD screen, and there are a couple of indicator LED lights right there. And on the bottom you have the battery bay door, and let's go ahead and open it. There is the battery. Let's go ahead and pull that battery out, and it is a 3.7 volt 900 milliamp size battery. All right, so hopefully we can get some spares for this one. Go ahead and snap it back in, and that's pretty simple. Let's see, now on this side there is the micro SD card slot, and let's go ahead and pull that micro SD card out, and it comes with a 4 gigabyte micro SD card. Let's push that baby back in, and you have the USB charging port right there, and the micro HDMI out port right here. So that's pretty cool. Now that's about it for the external features of the camera. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see what the functions are. First, you have to press this mode button, long press it, and the light will come beeping on, and the FuriBee logo comes on, and it makes a nice noise there. All right, first off, we are at 1080p 60 frames per second, and it is telling us we have 3.7 gigs on the micro SD card, and there's a Wi-Fi indicator and a battery level indicator, and we are in video mode at the moment, and the microphone is on. There's the date and the seconds are ticking by. All right, so let's go ahead and press the mode button and turn this baby back on. Okay, that's the next mode, which is the camera mode. It is 16 megapixels. And the next mode is the action mode, the slow-mo action mode. So it has its own little page, the 720p, 120 frames per second. The next one down the line is a playback feature. If you have something in your micro SD card, you can play back whatever you have in there. Next is the settings. So let's go ahead and enter the settings by pressing OK. Now it takes you to the video resolution, and it is at 1080p, 60 frames per second. Now if you want to change that, press the OK, and you can toggle up and down with those switches. You can go down to 1080p 30, 720p 120, 720p 60, 30, and 4K 2.7K. All right, so I'm going to set it at 1080p 60 frames per second. So I press OK. And the next one down the line is recording sound. There's a check. If you scroll down and enter it, you can toggle it on and off. And down, time lapse is closed at the moment. Loop recording is closed. Slow motion is 720 at 120 frames per second. And we are back up to there. So next mode is the photo resolution. It is set at 16 megapixels. Press it and you can toggle to 12, 8, 5, 2, and back up to 16 megapixels there. So we'll set it at 16. And the next one down the line is timer, autofocus, and photo burst mode. All right, so let's get out of there. And the next one down the line is exposure. You can toggle between 0, 1, 2, 3, and -3, -2, -1, and back to 0. Next one down the line is white balance. You can set it on auto, or you can go to sunny, cloudy, or incandescent light and fluorescent light, and back to auto. I like it at auto. And if you toggle this Wi-Fi and turn it on, now you are in Wi-Fi mode, and you are no longer able to do any settings or adjustments with your camera. You can only do it with your phone that is connected via Wi-Fi. So we'll check it out later and get that going to show you what the Wi-Fi app looks like. But let's get out by pressing up to exit Wi-Fi. Okay, let's get out. Next one down the line is image rotation, if you want to rotate your image. And the next one down the line is driving mode. Okay, light source frequency, it's set on auto, but you can toggle it at 50 hertz, 60 hertz, and back to auto. All right, lots of stuff. LED indicator light is on, which means these two here. So let's get out there. And the white LED light is off, but I can toggle that to on or SOS. Now let's toggle it to on and see what it is. It is the white light in the front. So at night you can take a photo. This is like a flashlight kind of. All right, so let's go ahead and toggle out of there and hit that SOS and see what it does. Okay, SOS signal. All right, let's toggle out of there. Turn it off. All right, auto screensaver. It turns off at 30 seconds to save battery. And automatic shutdown is set at 5 minutes. You can set it for 3 minutes, 1 minute, close, or 5 minutes. I'll set it at 5 minutes. And the next one down is time watermark. If you want your date and time to be seen on your video, you can click on that. All right, so it goes back to the exposure. Now, next one down the line is language, date and time. You can format your SD card or reset to factory settings, and you can update your firmware. All right, let's go back out and press OK to exit. All right, so let's press OK to exit, and we are back at the initial screen. All right, so that is all of the functions of the settings on this camera. So let's go outside and test this baby. Okay, let's check out the Wi-Fi app. So I got the camera turned on. We're going to go to the settings and we're going to enter settings and we're going to go over to the Wi-Fi and turn that on. Now the Wi-Fi is on. So I'm going to place the camera right here. Now all of the controls are done by the phone app. So open up your phone, go to your settings, under Wi-Fi, Action Cam. Connect to the network of the Action Cam and is 1 to 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 is the password, and it's joining Action Cam. All right, Action Cam, join the network. All right, let's go to the app. We are connected to the Action Cam, so let's hit that Action Cam. All right, we got live Wi-Fi feed here. Let's check it out. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now it is set at 1080p 60 frames per second. You can hit that and you can start recording right off the bat. That is cool. Hit that again and it saves whatever you recorded into your device, and you can hit the camera button and it is normal. And let's take a photo. There you go, save the photo. Take another photo, save the photo. The next one down the line is 720p at 120 frames per second. So you can hit that and you'll be taking videos right off the bat. Now, but you can toggle it back to your setted 1080p 60 frames per second. All right, we are on the capturing mode right here. Let's go to the media mode. In the phone, I have so many gigabytes available on the device. Hit that device, available 3.74 out of total of 3.75 gigs. And there you have a couple of photos there and one of the videos that we have just taken. Now hit that settings button and it goes through the same settings that was in the camera, but now you can set it with your phone. So the video resolution, you can set it to different video resolution, 4K, 2K. That's really cool. So we are set there. And how do I get out? All right, close that window. Recording sound and all that, everything that we went over on the camera, it has it in the phone app. So that is really cool. And that's how the Wi-Fi app works with the camera. Now, for those of you thinking that you can use this camera as a Wi-Fi FPV source, no. It doesn't work that way. It's very laggy, and by the time you get away from you about 10 meters, the signal is lost. So the signal is only when the camera is very near the phone. Okay, so let's go outside and test this camera. 1080p. Okay, 1080p. All right, 2.7K at 30 frames per second. $2.7K. All right, 4K at 30 frames per second. "4K. And 720p, 120 frames per second. All right, we got the MJX Bugs 3 ready to go, and we have the FuriBee 4K camera on the belly, and we're going to take a flight with it and record in 4K, 2K, and or 2.7K and 1080p 60 frames per second. The first two is of course 30 frames per second, and we also have the FuriBee F03 all-in-one VTX, and we're going to use that for FPV flying. So let's take a FPV flight, but first let me show you something that is very interesting here. The MJX Bugs, the canopy comes right off. There's four little tie downs right here, and you squeeze that and it pops right out, and you are able to take the canopy right off. And check that out, the internals of the MJX Bugs 3. And there is the interchangeable module right here where you can put the FPV module, the 5.8 gigahertz or the Wi-Fi, and probably connects to the power source right here, and that's probably like the camera port right there. The independent ESCs are clearly visible there. Nice. All right, so let's go ahead and put back the canopy, and all you do is just press it down and it clips in. There you go. And one more here. Yep, just press it down and it clicks into place, and you are set to go. Nice. Okay, we got the CX20 with the gimbal, and we got the FuriBee Q6 4K camera. I got it set at 1080p, 60 frames per second. So let's go for a little gimbal flight with it.